President Biden using his COVID address to issue warnings to the unvaccinated.
If you're not fully vaccinated, you have good reason to be concerned. You're at a higher risk of getting severely ill from COVID-19, getting hospitalized, and even dying. Omicron is serious, potentially deadly business for unvaccinated people, but it's your choice. Your choice is not just a choice about you. It affects other people.
But after promising to unify the country, is this doom and gloom messaging from the White House about vax and unvax, good and bad, is that helping or hurting? Let's ask RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. Ronna, first off, the president again had one villain. It wasn't China. It's the unvaccinated. Is that popular with his party and with the country? What does the polling say?
It's not popular. He's underwater. His negatives are very, very high. And let's look at why. He said, one, you have to be masked or vaxxed. Now that's changed. He said, I'm not going to force vaccine mandates. That changed. He said, I'm going to shut down the virus. Then he went on TV yesterday and said, we're going to have a winter of death and despair. This is a president who has not fulfilled any of his promises. He has muddled his messaging. We have a testing crisis right now in our country. And first and foremost, he made a promise to the American people. He shut down the virus. More people have died on his watch than they did in 2020 when we didn't have a vaccine. That's why Joe Biden is underwater with the American people.
Here he is promising to keep schools open.
Last year, we thought the only way to keep your children safe was to close our schools. Today, we know more and we have more resources to keep those schools open. COVID-19 is scary, but the science is clear. Children are safe are as safe in schools as they are any place, assuming the appropriate precautions have been taken and they've already been funded.
So he wants to keep us in schools, but he wants to keep the masks on the kids. And one of the studies they cited was from the Atlantic magazine, which was exposed, that said there was a faulty study from Arizona where the schools were wrong, the study was wrong. And because of this study, the CDC said kids in masks is the only way to save them. Kids in masks really divide on the parent level, don't they?
It does. I mean, I have a son who's in school right now wearing a mask every day. He hates it. He takes it off every day after school and throws it in the parking lot. He shouldn't do that. But these kids don't want to do that. It makes it harder to learn. You can't see the teacher. It hurts interaction. I'm glad he's in school 5 days a week in person, but there's nothing scientifically that's showing that this is keeping the kids from getting COVID. And I think Joe Biden, again, is untrustworthy on the messaging. It is interesting that he's saying keep the kids in school, though. I think they learned from Virginia and Youngkin's decisive win that they can't pull the kids out of school. It'll hurt them politically. I don't think it's about the science at all.
Also, though he hates to admit it, DeSantis, who is just dominating in Florida by giving people a chance to live their own lives, that's what he's doing. You want to wear a mask, do it. If not, don't. Meanwhile, you have some good news. People are thinking that there should be a change, and there will be a change. You have outraised the Democrats again in November, $10.7 million to $9.1 million. What are people saying? Who's giving that's significant?
It's all small dollar primarily. I mean, we obviously have major donors as well. And where are they right now? They see that Republicans are leading in 17 out of 20 states on bringing their economies back. They recognize Republican governors are leading this recovery. Like you said, they kept their kids in school and they followed the science and they kept their economies open. And the energy behind the Republican Party to take back the House and the Senate as they are watching the disaster of the Biden presidency with inflation, with supply chain issues, with energy issues, with our gas prices. They know that it's time to reelect Republicans, and that's why the RNC is being supported and Republican candidates across the board. And
real quick, retirements. 2 more Democrats said they're retiring because they don't want to essentially be ranking members. How many Republicans and how many Democrats have said they're retiring?
So we're at 23 on the Democrat side. We're a little over 10 on the Republican side. There's going to be more on the Democrat side, but what you should be looking at is Democrats in swing districts. Stephanie Murphy from Florida yesterday retiring is a big sign that Democrats are not confident that they're going to maintain the majority.
Ronna McDaniel, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.